Welcome to the channel. My name is Liz, and today I am taking you through a leg day workout using only long loop resistance bands like these. We're going to use the same fundamentals for strength training, apply them in the same way, and I'll show you how to do all of that only using your resistance bands. We're targeting the glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, everything, and the only thing other than your bands that you'll need is a way to securely attach them at knee height when you're standing. So I'm going to use my hooks on the wall that you see here, but you can use one of these. This is a door anchor. It transforms every door into an adjustable cable machine. The biggest home fitness hack that we don't talk about enough is this guy. It'll change your life, okay? We're using this for our second circuit. This workout includes a warm up and a cool down, so let's get right into it. We are starting with a hinge. So feet hip width apart, straight spine, pelvis tucked under. We're going to push our hips back, feeling the stretch in our hamstrings and our glutes, until you can no longer move your hips back behind you and then come back to standing. Okay, so just warming up this motion. You can add your hands above your head if you want to add some back and shoulders into it. But think of pushing your hips back, not bringing your chest down. Okay. Now we're going to do some standing hip circles. So bringing one knee up at a time, cycling out, and then switching. So you can hold on to anything for balance. This is not a balancing exercise. I want you to focus on your hips, working through their socket. Good. Next, wider stance, toes pointed a little out. We're going to go in a low squat and just kind of hang out down here for a couple seconds. Come up and back down. You can just move with a body weight squat if you want to warm up your body a little more. If you really want to work on that hip mobility, stay down here and open those up. Perfect. And lastly, again, hang on to something if you would like. We're going to raise our toes and go all the way to our tippy toes for a calf raise. Just working our feet, our ankles, our toe joints, everything, prepping our feet for this workout. That's our very quick warm up. If you want more to prep your muscles, joints, I'll link one here that you can do. Just 8 minutes to follow along to, and then come back to here. For this first circuit, all you need are your bands. First exercise is a narrow front squat. So I want your feet hip width, not out here, okay? So we're going to be hip width, get low, bring the band up on your shoulders like this, okay? So I have my hands just like this. You can cross your hands, whatever's comfortable for you. Again, narrow stance, feet pointing forward, pelvis tilted, and we're going to squat as low as we can and come up. I want you to think of that straight spine. So really feeling the front of your legs. This is a very quad focused squat. I care more about your spine being straight, feeling the right muscles than how low you can go, okay? It all depends on so much mobility. To get low in this, it's pretty difficult, but just push up against the band, keep your elbows forward. Good. All right, after this, we are moving to a hamstring exercise. Let me stick with this. We're gonna do a good morning. So now we're going to put the band on our back. So not our neck, on your back muscles. Feet a little wider. And now we're using that hinge for this, okay? Feeling that stretch in your glutes, in your hamstrings. pushing your hips back. So we're doing that same hinge movement as we did in the warm-up. Core on, pelvis tilted, straight spine. Only going until you can no longer push your hips back. Perfect. Getting out of that, we are going to do a lateral lunge. So feet now really wide. We're going to put the band under one foot and grab the band with your opposite hand. Bend that knee and then straighten it. So sticking to one side for this entire time. Pushing against that band. All right. You can change hands if you prefer. This just has a little less resistance. I prefer opposite hand to foot. And I find the band doesn't get in the way of your leg. Good. Whew. All right, other side. So, doubling up, but you can also just do a single, only put one loop of the band underneath your foot. Bend the knee and hips, and stand up against that band. Feel it out. You may need to adjust, but we're pushing against only that leg, okay? Really focus on a single leg exercise here. Amazing. We're just doing all of that again. 2 rounds, then we move on. So, starting with our narrow front squat, feet hip width, putting the band on the front of our body. Let's go. Why I love to do 2 rounds in my workouts at least is because the first round it does take a little time to know what resistance, what arrangement you should do for you, how you feel today. For me, it changes all the time, even though I know what bands feel like and everything. So the second round is really to hone in, challenge yourself, push your muscles, kind of knowing what to expect, you know? Now to our good mornings. Getting low. Band goes above us. Resting on your traps, not your neck. Tilt your pelvis. Let's go. Straight spine. You shouldn't feel any pain in your low back. If you do, you're most likely like this. I want you to tilt that pelvis and keep it here, okay? And then hinge. And you'll feel the stretch in your hamstrings and glutes so much more. Perfect. All right, getting out of that, let's go to our lateral lunge. So like I mentioned last time, you can only do one loop, okay? So instead of doubling up as I did the last time, I'm now increasing my band, but only doing single. And you'll see it feels a little different. Good. Focus on keeping this knee out above your toes, not caving in, not falling inward. Slow and controlled. There we go. Let's do the other side. And number one rule for training with bands, if you've done workouts with me, you know what I'm about to say. No slack on the bands, all right? So if you are grabbing the band down here and this is all you can pull, but when you come down here, there's slack, I want you to lower the band, choose a lighter band, and then grab lower where there's no slack, okay? Removing the slack is what is key to replicating weight training and improving on it, because it just gets heavier as you get stronger with bands. Perfect. We are going to take a 20-second break, come back for our second circuit, where you will need your door anchor or band hooked up at knee height. Okay, setting up our bands on our door anchor at knee height. Our first exercise is a Spanish squat. So how you set that up is you have a heavy band. The heavier the band, the easier this is actually going to be. And I want it to be heavy, especially starting out in this exercise, okay? So select a heavy band. Double up the band like this, where you have 2 loops on the end. You're gonna stick a leg in each loop and put the band right below your knee, okay? Move back so there's tension on the band, okay? You're here, tucking your pelvis, and then you're leaning back against the band to get into that squat, all right? So you have to trust the band, trust it, all right? You hooked it up safely, hopefully. I want you to get as low as you can and come up. You should feel your quads screaming at you in this one. Try and stay as upright as possible. That's the purpose of the band, to add way more quad focused instead of having you lean over, which stretches the glutes more, okay? It allows you to stay more upright, maybe get a little deeper in your squat. It is intense. Amazing. All right. Getting out of that, now we're going to do another fun exercise. Switching to a lighter band. Stepping into it, we're going to do reverse lunges with a back pull, all right? So move away from the door anchor as much as you can, band on your waist, stepping back and pressing up against the band. So using that single leg strength. So if there's slack on the band, I want you to move away from it. Move away from the door anchor, sorry. And alternate. Perfect. All right. And still working on our single leg exercises. Now I want you to only put one leg through the band. You're going to still face that direction, walk away. And we're going to do a single leg deadlift with the band pulling back on our hip, okay? This one's different, but it really challenges your form, your stability, and your leg strength to get back to that standing position. So you're working against the band to come back to that standing position. Feel free to hold on to something. I would prefer you do that if that means you have better form. Perfect. And all we're going to do is switch sides. So other leg goes in the band, right up to your pelvis, okay, as close to your hip as possible. The leg with the band stays on the ground. Tuck your pelvis, feel the pull of the band, and we're hinging in that hip and coming back to standing. This one's tough in a very sneaky way. Good. Let's do it all over again, right? So, starting with our Spanish squats. Again, first round was where we got comfortable with the movement. Second round, we're pushing ourselves, okay? So, really challenge yourself here. Move away, feel the pull. You got it. Feel your quads light on fire. That's what's supposed to happen here. I'm with you. One more really good one, okay? All right. Now setting up that single loop. This time we're actually doing something different. Instead of facing away from the door anchor, we're still having the band on our waist. We're facing the door anchor for our reverse lunges. So now you're pushing with that front leg against the band. Kind of the difference between a front lunge or forward lunge and a reverse lunge. This kind of puts both together into one exercise. And again, if it's too easy, move away. Even just a little step backwards makes a massive difference. Don't lose that form though. Whew. All right, now our single leg deadlift, putting the band on our hip. If you want to take it up a notch, you can totally put a band underneath this foot as well. Let's see, let's try. I didn't have this, this is a lot. I didn't have this programmed, but we're gonna try. Oh, whew. That is a feeling. Oh. This is definitely a choice. Oh my gosh, this is intense. This would definitely be advanced if you're doing this and hating your life because you can't get it to work, then ditch it, okay? Just focus on this horizontal pull. Good. But I low-key kind of love that. Let's try it again. I swear I prepare for these workouts, but this idea literally just spawned on me. Let's go. Spawned, is that a word? Dawned on me. Almost done. Whew, good job. Let's start with a quad stretch. Standing tall, bringing one foot up. Again, feel free to hold on to something. Not every exercise needs to be a balance exercise. I would rather you feel the stretch than focus on like, whoa, I'm falling. Knees together. Good. All right, other side. We did a really good amount of quad work today, so you will need these. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do hamstring stretches. So putting one heel in the ground, folding over, and we'll switch sides. Standing up, we'll just do a forward fold, even them out. Good. Now for a wide leg, forward fold, so feet wide. And I just want you to bend into one leg a little bit. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Hold here. And we'll go to the other side. So not a lunge, okay, just a slight bend. And once you do that, you'll really feel that inner thigh on the other leg. If you enjoyed this workout, I would really appreciate if you followed along the channel so you never miss a workout, and like this video. It really helps me know what kind of workouts I should make for you next. I'll see you next time on the mat.